This is Nicki Sun with MovieWeb. I have a serious question to ask you, Jharrel. Do you only work with the goats of directing, or do they only work with you? Because Barry Jenkins, Ava DuVernay, and now Boots Riley, what's going through your mind right now?
Oh yeah, I just pretty much find the addresses of the best directors, knock on their doors, and force them to cast me. And that's it's been working really well for me.
I love it. I mean, can you tell and share any insights into the process of collaborating with Boots Riley?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from watching Sorry to Bother You and listening to, a lot of his music from earlier in his career, you'll know that he is a revolutionary at its core and at its finest. And then on top of that, he's a creative at its finest, and he's willing to not only come up with a grand idea that seems impossible, but execute it in a way that's authentic and natural to who he is. And so I think no matter what medium of art you're in, being around an artist like that is so inspiring and will push you to want to go and push your own needle,
The world is not ready yet.
I have to get out of here.
How did you prepare to play the biggest role of your life, obviously, literally and physically?
That's funny. There's a lot of things. I think mastering Cootie there were a lot of different parts. For me, the height was actually the least important thing for me. When Cootie wakes up every day, he's always 13 feet tall. He knows what it's like to be 13 feet tall. It's not a shock to him anymore when he looks in the mirror. So negating the whole idea of, man, I gotta be somebody, I gotta fit in, I kind of threw that away for Cootie, because for me it was about the nuances of who he was and less about what he looked like. And who he was, honestly, was just a child, an inner child who has been sheltered and loved and kept inside, protected, and thrown into a world of so much. So he might be 13 feet tall, he might be 19 years old, but he's really 13 years old. And so playing around with the naivete and the wide-eyed expressions and the discovery the whole time, that's kind of how I fell into it. And then the technical part of it all, because he shot forced perspective. So I had to get used to hovering over and, bending over and pretending like the ceiling's right above my head. And I never looked at any of my scene partners in the eyes. It was always a green tape mark or some mark, so.
Thank you for sharing that process with us. And what do you think is the significance of storytelling and art in addressing social and political issues?
Art is medicine, art is education, and film has been that for so many years. A lot of great films have been able to teach, but what a lot of films haven't done is teach the Black community, especially, about capitalism, about the system, about politics. So I think what Boots does with his work is so important, because he screams this message that's always been right in front of our eyes. A lot of our favorite Black films that include heavy Black trauma are all from the effects of what Boots talks about in this show. And so I think a project that can shed light on a political issue without any fear and without any regrets are the projects that we need.
Well, I'm a Virgo, and Virgos love adventure.
You are a 13-foot tall Black man. They fear you.
You said you'd come from a desolate place.
I'm not from a desolate place, I'm from Oakland.
Yes.
My last question is, I know being a Virgo was very important to your character, more so than being 13 feet tall, a Black man from Oakland, shout out to the Bay. But what's important to Jharrel Jerome?
I first of all, I feel very Bay Area energy from you. So
Oh, do you? Thank you.
Yeah, I can feel that. Sorry, what was your question? You threw me off.
But what's important to Jharrel Jerome, not Cootie? I know being a Virgo was important to Cootie, but what about you?
In real life?
In real life, yes.
I guess just being genuine, I think it's not about connecting or deeply involving yourself with everybody you meet, but allowing yourself to be genuine with everyone you meet, to give yourself the chance to at least connect, I've met so many people, even just today, like meeting you, and just trying to keep up the idea of we're all here, we're all alive, we're all working, we're all doing this together. and my mom taught me that, my grandfather taught me that, and I've always loved that. It's always kept me good. It's always kept me around the right people, and it's always kept me around good friends.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I've appreciated our conversation, and who knows, maybe we have Jharrel Jerome directing a next one up and coming to join the list of GOATs.
I like the way that sounds.
Yes, well, thank you again. So excited for the whole world to see I'm a Virgo. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.